another Mustache ride. Today, figured I'd come up here, hit some nice twisty roads at a casual pace, and get some stuff off my chest. Mainly has to do with the interaction with the police officer that I had yesterday. And yes, if you haven't noticed so far in the very short time that this video has been running, I'm not pushing it today because I think if I got pulled over right now, I'd blow a fuse. So yesterday, I posted a video. If you didn't see it, it may be worth going and seeing, but if not, if you don't really care, you know, no worries. It's the internet. Nobody gives a shit. So, to sum it up, I was cruising along in town, thought I was minding my own business, felt like I was going with the flow of traffic. Cop pulls me over. Long story short, tells me that most sport bike riders never stop for him. They give him the finger, downshift, and they're gone. And throughout the entire time, well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So throughout the entire time, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, and by the way, like my approach with police officers has always been very respectful, and I've reiterated that to him multiple times that, you know, I know sport bike riders have the reputation of running. That's never been my reputation. I've always pulled over whenever I've been getting pulled over, and I've always been let off or given a warning. I had one speeding ticket 8 years ago. That was in my car during college when I was delivering pizzas and I was under the gun. And that was my fault, and I totally owned up to that without a doubt. But I took a course in Michigan, got that wiped off my record. So I had an immaculate driving record. Obviously wasn't trying to do anything crazy. I was just going in town. He pulls me over, and long story short, ends up giving me a ticket. And, you know, it really sent the wrong message, to be honest, because, you know, if you sit there and you say that sport bike riders never really pull over for you, he obviously has something out for him. And he knows that most of them will just give him the finger and disappear, and that's not my style. So I figured by me pulling over, being totally respectful, I mean, we sat there and even like BS'd around for a little bit. He told me he liked my bike, like all this stuff. And then at the very end comes up and hands me a ticket. Now, to me, that's sending the total wrong message. He verbatim in the video, I put it up. He literally says, you know, if you had run, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. It's like, okay. And at that point in time, I literally thought, like, okay, this guy's just going to say, you know, thank you for stopping. Please try to be respectful. Keep it down. I had a couple things. I know I don't have mirrors on my motorcycle. I bought it that way. He said my plate placement was left a little bit to be desired. Regardless, I figured, okay, well, he's going to let me go. Just, you know, thank me for stopping and being respectful to him. No, he slams the ticket in my face. And, yeah, that really rubbed me the wrong way, I gotta say. I mean, I respected police officers up till then, but his actions and his statements have really made me question, honestly, ever pulling over for one again. I mean, if I was in my 84 Toyota, aka the Antichrist, yeah, you bet I'm gonna pull over, because that thing maxes out at about 65 miles an hour down a steep hill, so there's no way I'm running. But he full-on admitted. He's like, yes, I fully understand. You can do multiples of the speed limit on that thing. It's like, oh, well, thank you, sir, for respecting the fact that I could have blown your doors off. I do appreciate that. Thank you. And, you know, I went back and watched the video, thought maybe I was a little bit salty. Obviously, right after the incident, I was bitching up a storm. Try to stay alive. Oh, avoided the gravel. Very nice. Obviously, right after the incident, I was bitching up a storm. So I went back, watched it, and I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I was a little bit harsh on the guy. But now that I've sat there and festered about it for a while, I don't think I was being too harsh on the guy. Like, why send a message like that, tell me that no sport biker ever respects you, and then throw a ticket at me? Like, that's just not... You're doing one thing by what you're saying, and then your actions are speaking a totally different scenario. So, all that to say, I never once considered running from the cops. I mean, that's just never been in my repertoire, so to speak. But after that guy, fuck it. I mean, I don't really see why I wouldn't now. And you know what really chaps my ass is not 3 days before I was looking at that stunt bike, the Yamaha FZ1, and that guy had a buddy who was a police officer in the city that I reside in. And he invested a little piece of knowledge in him that stated that if you double the speed limit, aka a high-speed chase, the local authorities have to drop out of the chase. Like, they are not allowed to engage in a high-speed chase. So, after knowing that, and realizing that that's essentially what that guy was saying, he's like, oh yeah, you would have hit the throttle, you'd be gone, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. You know, that really sends the wrong message, because, you know, I've always respected cops until yesterday at about 11:30 a.m., so, I don't know. All that to say, I don't know, if I were to get pulled over again, I don't know if I would actually be getting pulled over, if you catch my drift. Because let's face it, I've never seen a cop cruiser that could even come close to hanging with a leader bike, so that's pretty safe to say. And I went back and looked at the video, and I mean, man, there were two vehicles up in front, and I could have split those and been ghost like Swayze in about 5 seconds. And after staring at that ticket all evening, kind of wondering what the hell I was doing. This doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But anyways, enough with my police rant. Now I will berate the man and give the real reasons why he gave me a ticket. The first reason, he's 50 years old. And I mean, you know, age, it is what it is. He probably remembers when he was a young hellion, you know, probably wants to stick it to those kids. I understand. I'm 26. I'm not really even a kid. I consider myself a young man on the prime of my life. Anyways, secondly, he had braces. Alright, now, my helmet was on the entire time, but I have a pretty nice set of teeth, and I feel like he's probably self-conscious about his teeth. Third reason, my mustache is better than his. I know you can see my mustache a little bit in there, and he sends the Burt Reynolds aura radiating from my top lip. And at that point in time, he became angry, because he's a police officer. He's supposed to have an amazing mustache. I'm sure he gets made fun of for his childish 13-year-old prepubescent boy mustache that he sports all the time. So, he felt, hey, this is a good chance to stick it to a guy who's fully replicating the Burt Reynolds mustache circa whatever, 86, I don't know, Smokey and the Bandit era. I mean, it is glorious, and oh my gosh, hate these corners. All the gravel, good God. Anyways, I'm about at the top of the hill here. I'm going to stop, check my battery, see what's going on, and probably continue this rant on the other side. But, alright, so yes. Anyways, I will end with the mustache. And, I mean, the fourth and most obvious reason, you know, baby dick. I mean, he probably saw the bulge in my pants. He knows that, you know, whenever he goes home at night and tries to fuck his wife, she asks him if it's in after he's already came 3 times, and he just knows he's not getting it done or doing a good job, so he, you know, obviously feels a little bit self-conscious about that, as he should, you know. There's no reason to have a baby dick whenever you're a police officer, but, you know, I feel like he did, you know, and he just, you know, and it was unacceptable on all accounts. Now over here, I'm going to walk up this area that says no trespassing, get some pretty nice views, probably be super out of breath, so I'll probably paste some sort of crazy song over this, and I'll probably also turn off the camera because I'm going to take a piss up here, because, you know, why not piss on top of a mountain? And, oh shit stands. And yeah, I will return at some point in time. Pretty soon, actually. Excuse me while I urinate. I'm going to turn off the camera because my video editing skills are less than desirable. Oh boy.